What up, 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 what up? It's your boy T. Half of on the ride up. Hey, look, man. I'm on my way to work. Got a nice little drive. I'm gonna rap to y'all for a second. Yesterday I got notified in this post that Young Thug was on T.I.'s Expeditiously podcast, and T.I. suggested that he link up with Andre 3000 to work with him. And Young Thug's reply was that he can't tell you two Andre 3000 songs. He can't sing you two Andre 3000 songs. And of course, a person like myself who loves this shit, I take offense to shit like that. Beyond the fact that I'm a big Outkast fan, it's just the simple fact that, like, hip-hop is the only genre where that type of shit is allowed. Like, it's weird to me. Like, it shouldn't even be a, you know what I'm saying, a spirit that floats around in hip-hop. If you a rock band, you're not gonna say like disparaging shit about Jimi Hendrix if you're a guitar player. Whether or not you know what I'm saying, go around listening to Jimi Hendrix or anything like that, like, there's certain ways to show respect, you know what I'm saying, while acknowledging that you're not the biggest fan or you're not that familiar with their music. You know what I'm saying? Like, hip-hop just don't get that, like, the history of hip-hop just don't get that respect. And then everybody gets to bask in it and say, oh, he would have been this or he would have been that regardless. How? If the people before him didn't lay the groundwork, it wouldn't even be a platform. Like, it wouldn't even be an art form. This art form could not have existed. You know what I'm saying? So, and I was talking to one of the dudes, and he's like, oh, you know what I'm saying, he a street cat, and he this age and he that age. It don't matter. Bro, if you was 8 years old when Miss Jackson came out, you gonna tell me you was in the trap so hard at 8 years old that you never had the radio playing in the car, or there was no party that you was ever into where Sorry Miss Jackson came on. Like, I'm not saying you gotta know Andre 3000's every lyric, but he sings on the hook. What about Hey Ya? And those are just two commercial records. I'm not even saying, hey, you need to know Wheels of Steel or anything from the AT-Aliens album or any of that type of shit. I'm not even making it difficult for niggas. You know what I'm saying? But this shit exists in hip hop, and it's buck wild to me. Like, Chris Brown is an arrogant asshole, right? But Chris Brown not gonna come out and say, oh, I don't know two Otis Redding songs, or I don't know two Marvin Gaye songs, and maybe you don't consider Andre 3000 on the level of a Marvin Gaye or Otis Redding. Okay, I'll lower it down. He's not gonna say he don't know two Ready for the World songs. Now, I use the group that people may not know what songs they have, but that was actually a popular group from the 80s. You know what I'm saying? And this shit happens way too much. You know what I'm saying? It happens way too much. Especially now, all you gotta do is listen. You gotta, the problem is, there's no accountability. That's the problem. Like, there's no accountability. Motherfuckers just let you operate in their lane. That's why black people don't have shit. That's how they're able to have their music taken. Because they don't respect you don't respect yourself enough to have standards and boundaries. That's why. You know what I'm saying? People sell you. It's all about money. You selling out. You letting this shit happen. You get raped for shit, and now it's like, yo, hip hop gets raped. Who runs hip hop? White people. I'm not saying that to say I have a problem with white people, but I have a problem with somebody who isn't from the cloth of the, you know what I'm saying, constructing the shit, owning the shit. That's weirdo shit to me. That's weirdo shit. You know what I'm saying? I see a bunch of beautiful black women on Instagram with a nice set of braids in their hair. and it's not getting news, but you let some, you know what I'm saying, urban wannabe white girl get some braids, and now, oh, look at her looking fashionable. Get the fuck out of here. Like, yo, seeing Kim Kardashian, you know what I'm saying, have some shit in her hair don't impress me, because I've been growing up with girls who got shit like that their whole life, and they didn't need to be famous to get it done. You know what I'm saying? They didn't need to get it done. So yeah, I got a problem with a nigga like Young Thug saying, oh, and then he was like, oh, I got a song with Elton John because Elton John he came and looked for me. What the fuck it got to do with anything? So you mean to tell me you can't work? So you tell me you can't work with somebody because you work with another artist and they seek you out? Oh, he asked about this artist or that. Come on, bro. Maybe he was gassing because he wants you to boost his brand. And that's not Andre 3000's lane. And then you dress buck wild. Like you are a buck wild dressing dude. Who helped usher that type of shit into the rap game? Andre 3000 was doing that in the 90s. Dressing wild. Come on, bruh. And the fact that he's from Atlanta, and you feel like, and it's like, oh, he helped the Atlanta scene. And there's people like, oh, nah, no, he didn't, da-da-da-da-da. The fuck he didn't? Andre 3000 was standing up for the South, not just Atlanta, the whole South, when it was dominated by East Coast and West Coast. Especially around the time when it was big and pop. Outkast was still in the mix. They was winning awards, and they was still relevant. They were keeping it relevant. JD was keeping it relevant. So they made sure that Atlanta had a scene to where you are now, where now you can link up and now you can have all these artists blow up. Atlanta wasn't always a scene. Yeah, people came to Atlanta to make music. Then Atlanta finally woke up and said, yo, we can make our own shit pop. And that's why they bigger than a lot of the other fucking states in the South. But make no mistake, bro, this shit is weird. And if we don't hold these, and I'm not saying that it don't go both ways. It definitely go both ways, because I think part of it, I will say this, part of it, I agree with you. Of course, Andre would kill him in the track, but I think the track would be fire because of what Young Thug brings to it. I think if they made a record together, it would help both ways. Like, to be honest with you, it would help both ways. It's just, that's just the way it goes. You know what I'm saying? It's not like Andre 3000 has all the fans on lock. No, clearly there's a younger audience who feels rebellious to history like he does. So that they're not going to feel like they need to listen to the shit that we listen to, or feel or go by the same rules that we went by. And that's cool. Yo, all rules don't need to stay the same. You know what I'm saying? I can't want the Constitution to change in favor of equality, but want the hip-hop rules to stay the same. No, because there needs to be equality in that too. And it's a lot of times where the older generations of hip-hop look down on the youth because of the way they want to change shit. And it has to be both, because like you have to, you know what I'm saying, like you got to want to listen to the new styles, they see how they change, because everybody can't continue to do the same shit over and over and over again. You know what I'm saying? Who wants to, you know what I'm saying, come off as a wannabe? That's weird. I wouldn't want that. So I don't blame these artists for feeling some type of way. But to say you don't know who Andre 3000 is, or you don't know 2 songs, bruh, what's wrong with you? What's wrong with you? I mean, and if he don't, then shame on his fucking parents who raised you. That's some weird shit. But, and you know, and the thing about it is, I ain't even trying to, you know what I'm saying, focus on Young Thug, because I feel like he echoes what some of these, and the thing is, he's 28, so I don't even consider that the youth. You know what I'm saying? That's not the youth to me. But when he comes out and makes statements like that, the generations after him are going to be more empowered to ignore history, and that's the bigger problem for me. That's the bigger problem for me. You know what I'm saying? And it goes, and it ties, the funny thing, it ties into us talking about these versus battles on the podcast and talking about how we can't mix generations, da 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 da. And yes, the fuck we can. Yes, sure we can. I should be able to say, yo, let's put LL Cool J up against Lil Wayne. But why? You wouldn't want to see it. Why not? They both had great music, right? They both was the top of the game at one point, right? They both were premier artists at one point, right? What's the dangers of doing it? I don't understand what the dangers of doing it are. It's not like everybody that's watching a versus battle or scoring a versus battle is, you know what I'm saying, 25 and only know Lil Wayne, or that they're only 40 and, well, excuse me, sometimes they gotta be a little older, 45, and know all LL's music. Like, it goes both ways. But if you really love hip hop and you know hip hop, then you know Lil Wayne music and you know LL Cool J music. You know both of them. You know what I'm saying? Like, how are we gonna have a versus battle with 3 6 Mafia and Bone Thug if you don't respect the history of the genre? So, you know what I'm saying? To me, I think it's even more necessary that you have these battles where they're mixing, you know what I'm saying, eras. Because part of versus is showing love to the craft and the history of the music. So if I can clash two different genres, it makes people listen to, oh damn, that shit was fire. And sometimes maybe you hear a name, but you don't know what to go listen to. You don't know, you know what I'm saying, the story. And sometimes it's all about the story. You connect with Young Thug because you know his story. You watched him grow up. You know what I'm saying, we love LL because we saw the ascension. We know the beefs. We lived through him versus, you know what I'm saying, Kumo D. We lived through, you know what I'm saying, him versus Cannabis and all that shit. We went through those things. You know what I'm saying? Like it's just we need, like, I'm gonna go back to it. It's all about accountability, man. We need accountability in hip hop. You know what I'm saying? We need accountability in hip hop. Every other genre, and then it's so many issues with hip hop that needs to be addressed. It don't make no sense. In every other genre, you can remake somebody's song, and it's like, damn, that person did a great job. You know what I'm saying, in that rendition, and it's an homage, and it's beautiful. Imagine a rapper coming out and rapping somebody's old song, not a bit or a piece. Not. I'm not talking about no borrow lender shit. I'm talking about redoing the whole song. It's gonna be so much criticism behind it, so much hate behind it. It's crazy. But it reminds me of when Hip Hop Honors would do the, you know what I'm saying, when Hip Hop Honors would do the joints, and what's the kid? Not Young Thug, but the other one. Came out his mind. It slipped my mind. He did Biggie's joint. He came out with Lil Kim, and he had the Coogee, and he had the Tams, and the nigga didn't know Biggie's rhymes. One of Biggie's biggest records, and he didn't know the rhymes. And come on, that's a bad look, right? That's a bad look. You can ask Usher right now, hey Usher, I need you to sing a Temptation song tomorrow, live. But we don't have no time for sound check. You know what I'm saying? Usher not gonna drop the ball because he know whatever song you throw at him, he gonna know it. Because he knows the history of his genre. It don't got, what you mean the content ain't the same? Fuck the content. It's the quality. Is it A1 quality both ways? Of course. I don't need the content to be the same. I've said it before. Yo, I don't want two defensive boxers boxing against each other every time I watch a boxing match. Sometimes I want the defensive guy to go up against the slugger, and I want to see who's going to win. I want to see the technician box sometime. I want to see different styles go up against each other. You know what I'm saying? Because when you think about it, when we had these debates and we make these lists, the content plays a big factor. The difference in content plays a big factor in where we rank people. You know what I'm saying? There's people from certain areas and some eras who may not have Jay-Z or Biggie as their number one or number two. You know what I'm saying? And that comes down to content. You may like simplified, straight to the point rap about doing drugs or selling, or selling, you know what I'm saying, drugs out the trap. Every song. That may be what you like. So, a Jeezy or a Gucci Mane or even a T.I., one of those guys may be higher on your list. Whereas we might like hearing niggas talk that shit. Talk that brag shit. You know what I'm saying? We want to hear Triple R talk. We want to hear some complex lyrics that we got to go back 3-4 times and be like, oh, damn, that shit was cold. I ain't even catch that. Some of us like that type of stuff. You know what I'm saying? Some of us like, you know what I'm saying, a guy like Eminem who gon', you know what I'm saying, rap 50 syllables, you know what I'm saying, a bar. And it be like, damn, how you fit all those words in one rhyme, da-da-da-da-da, whatever the case may be. But, I mean, my thing is you can't have a conversation about the content unless you know the differences in the content. And that's, as a person, like Ron, you what, 36, somewhere around there? So that means you've been through the era. So basically, technically, your opinion doesn't really, you know what I'm saying, factor into what I'm talking about, because if there's a battle between Lil Wayne and LL Cool J, hypothetically, you're not going to say, oh, I don't want to watch it because I don't know no LL music. Yeah, Lil Wayne's your favorite rapper, and obviously, when you scoring it, you're going to weigh it heavily on Lil Wayne, and that's going to have majority of your just, oh, Lil Wayne. That's cool. But you're not going to say, oh, I don't know any LL songs. And it's not going to be a landslide, and it's not going to mop 20-0, even though Lil Wayne's your favorite rapper. You know what I'm saying? So it's crazy to me where you can have that narrative. Like, I don't understand it. And Ty gets on me all the time, like, bruh, you don't be listening to this new music. I do, but I don't listen to it at the same frequency as you. Doesn't mean I don't listen to it. It may take me a little longer to come around to it, but I listen to it. You know what I'm saying? There's a difference between not immediately gravitating towards it and just being stubborn and saying, nah, I'm not listening to it ever. I don't want to listen to nobody that's new rapping. That's not my energy. You know what I'm saying? But I'm not going to be able to listen to you when I don't hear any quality in your music. Like, I'm sorry. Like, if you're not really saying nothing and your lyrics are weak, why am I going to listen to you? Because you are popular? That's fucking stupid. Like, I need to, like, sonically, you need to appeal to me. So if sonically you don't appeal to me, and intellectually you don't appeal to me, what else is there? There's nothing else for me. There's nothing else you can offer me. You know what I'm saying? And you're not going. So if I listen to every genre of music, and you have a new rapper and he makes a song and it doesn't appeal to me, now I'm a hater. But I can go listen to all different types of music and be more versatile in what I listen to, and that doesn't make you a hater? No, of course not. It's just what you listen to. But I'm about to get on over to the clock, and I wanted to have a conversation with y'all real quick. You know what I'm saying? Let y'all know what I was thinking about, and just, yo, we need accountability in hip hop. Simple as that. Accountability, man. 1.